Janelin S. QU is ILK E103 Oral Quiz 2.
Hi, so what is external criticism? Give an example. So for me, external criticism is like the authenticity. So what do you mean by authenticity? It is like the originals. For example, so this. Let me give you an example. So there is like the real ones or the fake ones. So a lot of in our in our time right now, like a lot of people is like faking something. For example, faking a medicines, faking books, uh faking everything, like just copying what they see on the internet. Okay, or copying a story. Then so that is not an authenticity. So what do you mean by authenticity? It is like when so it is like if the author when the author like published a book, like their name is on the last page, I guess, and the front page. So that is a real one. So like you can see the difference of the fake ones and the real ones, actually. Or such as like on my experience right now, like I have a birth certificate which is but it is an authentic one, okay, but it's incorrect. So we can say that it's not really real one, because my last name is not the one on my birth certificate. So still, for me, it is like it is not authentic. So I have to deal with it on my documents so it will be authentic. What is external criticism? Give an example. So based on my experience, it is like when you have to prove that the document is real. So it's just like registering a birth certificate. You have to prove that she or he is your son or child, and by that you need to have a authentic documents. Since the internal criticism, you need to prove, and it should, on what the documents say, it should write on what you need and what you're gonna say. So that for me is the internal criticism. What is primary source? Give an example. So the primary source for me is like a history. It is like a history of what happened before. It is like a story that the people should know. It is like written on the way back before. A history or a story is written on the newspaper, since before it is not really popular about the books is not popular. So like it is on the news, the information about the topic is original source. Okay, so like that it is like a manuscript, if I pronounce it right. So, or like a recording. So that is the primary source. What is secondary source? Give an example. For me, secondary source is like published in the books, published on the articles, or got a book reviews, or even in magazines. That is, like they have the primary source and the secondary source is different, since the primary source, it tackles about the original topic of what happened. Then the secondary source, it is like like they just copying what the primary source had said or done or did, and then the secondary source will copy it and publish it in the book. what is the historiography of the Philippine history? Like the historiography of the Philippine in history. This is very important part because since for me as a Filipino, I should know about what happened in the past. Like to know the truth, to know the facts of what happened before, of how our country been colonized by the other countries such as Spanish or the Americans. We Filipinos should unite. This history that been published for us, this is a guide for every Filipinos to know, and we should be educated about it. And we Filipinos should be responsible as well. This historiography can unite the Philippines, since this is very important for the kids, the millennials that will grow same as like me. Since I am a millennial, I am young, I should know a lot about the history, about the Philippines, what happened, so I will know the facts. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.